At the cozy pub, the evening shifted into a more relaxed pace as Ethan and Lily settled into a corner booth, both in need of a distraction from the weight of their respective lives. They ordered shots, and Lily, ever the bold one, raised her glass with a confident smile. "I need something strong," she declared, her voice filled with the energy of someone who wasn't afraid to take control of the situation. Ethan, matching her mood, grinned. "Likewise," he agreed, raising his own glass. They clinked their shot glasses together before tossing the contents back in one go, both squinting as the burn of the alcohol hit them. After a brief silence, Lily was the first to speak, her voice lighter now that the alcohol was beginning to settle in. "All right, here's the story. After high school, I left town, went to law school, and got hired by this major law firm, one of the top firms everyone dreams of working for. I'm one of their best hires. Life's pretty good though, pretty busy. But now, my parents are on my case about marriage, specifically about my ex-boyfriend. They want me to date him again, but I'm just not interested." Ethan raised an eyebrow. "And that's where the fake fiancé comes in." Lily gave a dramatic nod. "Exactly. So I told them I already had one just to get them off my back. Since I've been away, no one cared enough to ask for proof." Her eyes twinkled with mischief. "But then my brother Richard decides to get married, and the family insists that I bring my fiancé to the wedding. The one who doesn't exist." Ethan let out a laugh, nearly choking on his drink. "Wait, you hired a fiancé?" "Yup," Lily said, her tone casual. "You can hire anything if you've got the money and the right connections. It's all about the right price, right?" She winked at him. Ethan shook his head in disbelief. "So, where is this hired fiancé now?" Lily sighed, clearly frustrated. "I was supposed to meet him at a cafe the other day, but he never showed up. After a million calls, he finally picks up and tells me he's engaged now and can't make it. Just like that. That's cold," Ethan said, shaking his head in sympathy. Lily took a long gulp from her drink, then set the glass down with a sigh. "I could have sued him for breach of contract, you know. I had a contract and everything," she said with a sarcastic edge. "But honestly, what's the point? He didn't even sign it properly. It'd be a waste of time, and I don't have time to waste." Ethan raised an eyebrow. "So you're just letting it go?" Lily shrugged nonchalantly. "What's the point in fighting it? It's just a mess. I don't even care enough to chase him down. I've got bigger things to focus on." She paused, her gaze growing distant for a moment before turning back to Ethan with a slightly amused look. "And don't get me started on my ex-boyfriend." Ethan chuckled. "Oh, this sounds like a good story." Lily leaned in, narrowing her eyes as she began. "This guy, he's got the most ridiculous ego. Thinks he's God's gift to mankind because he won a local gym competition once, like that's supposed to make him a genius or something." She let out a small, humorless laugh. "Yeah, he's got an amazing physique, but that's it. He's all brawn, no brain. Sometimes I wonder what I ever saw in him." Ethan gave a teasing look. "Teenage years, you know," Lily continued, her tone growing more animated. "Back then, I guess I just wanted to pamper myself, feel like I was with someone who looked good. It's funny how those things work when you're young and insecure. But now, I can't stand him. He's so full of himself. He thinks he's the center of the universe. But now, I realize, he's just a guy with muscles and zero substance." She shook her head, the frustration from years past creeping into her voice. "And here I am, stuck in this ridiculous lie, trying to find a real solution to this wedding mess I'm in. Honestly, I'm just waiting for it all to blow over. I'm glad I have you to talk to about it." Ethan laughed weakly, the absurdity of it all settling in. He raised his glass. "To the mess we're in." As the night wore on, the alcohol loosened their tongues and they shared stories. About work, about life, about things that had shaped them. Ethan's mood, while still heavy, lifted just a little as he found a moment of distraction in Lily's carefree energy. "Another round," Ethan exclaimed, slamming his empty glass down with a grin. Lily laughed. "I think we might be pushing it, don't you?" But Ethan, lost in his own thoughts, barely heard her. "I miss her," he muttered, the weight of his emotions slipping out before he could catch himself. Lily's smile faded, her eyes softening as she leaned closer. "We'll figure it out, mate," she said gently, patting him on the back in an attempt at comfort. As the pub began to close its doors, the alcohol started to take its toll on both of them. Ethan's facade cracked completely, his sorrow for Sicil finally breaking free in the form of tears. Lily watched in sympathy, her heart aching for him. "Come on, what's your address?" she asked, her tone firm but kind. Ethan, now thoroughly drunk, could barely form a coherent sentence. His phone was in Lily's hand before he even realized it, and she dialed Ethan's last called number, tears, looking for a way to get him home. Lily's call was answered after several rings, but it wasn't Tia who picked up. It was Alex. "Hello?" Alex's voice was groggy with sleep. "Hi, is this Tia?" Lily asked, her voice a mix of exhaustion and concern. "No, this is Alex, I'm her husband." "Who's this?" Alex responded, still half asleep, trying to piece together the situation. "It's Lily. I'm with Ethan right now and he's pretty out of it. He's drunk and I don't know where to take him," Lily said, the weight of the situation pressing down on her. There was a brief silence. "Wait, Ethan's with you? And who are you?" Alex asked, sounding confused. "I didn't even know Ethan knew someone named Lily. Are you guys close?" Lily sighed. "I'm just a stranger he met tonight. I need to get him somewhere safe. I'm stuck here." Alex let out a slow sigh, now fully awake. "Okay, hold on. So you're telling me that Ethan's drunk at 3 a.m. and you're a random woman I've never heard of?" He shook his head. "What's going on?" Lily winced at being called random, but kept her tone steady. "I know this is strange, but can you just help me? I can't leave him like this, and I really don't know where else to take him." Alex paused, rubbing his eyes as he processed the situation. "All right, fine. I can't leave him out there. Bring him to my place. It's probably best if he stays with me and Tia will look after him." Lily felt a rush of relief. "Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate this." "No problem," Alex replied, his voice softening. "You can drop him off at 48 Oak Street, Building B, Apartment 4A. You can't miss it. But seriously, what happened to him? He's usually so composed. Never imagined he'd be out getting wasted." "And with you?" Lily chuckled awkwardly. "It's a long story. I'm sure Ethan will fill you in when he's sober." "All right, I got it," Alex said, his voice still tinged with confusion but now more understanding. "Just get him here and we'll sort it out." "Thanks again, Alex. I'll be there soon," Lily said, hanging up the phone, feeling both relieved and strange about the situation. Now she had no choice but to take Ethan to Alex's place. She just hoped the night wouldn't spiral further. With the help of the taxi driver, Lily managed to get Ethan to Alex and Tia's house. As they arrived, she helped him out of the car, and they were met at the door by Tia and Alex, both of them immediately concerned at the sight of Ethan in his disheveled state, his eyes swollen from crying. "What happened?" Tia asked, her voice filled with concern. Lily, feeling like she had done all she could, muttered, "Girlfriend problem, I believe," before hurrying to avoid further questions.